never obviously done that before.
That's a first?
That was a
Yeah.
that was a first. Kaley Cuoco, Chris Messina, and their co-stars are dishing all about their new series out today. And we've got the stories that define the week on People in 10. I'm Makon Jovu, bringing you everything you need to know about pop culture right now. 10 minutes are on the clock, so let's get to it with the first 5. Starting with another split for T Swift as she and 1975 frontman Matty Healy go their separate ways. Sources tell people Taylor is doing great and that their romance was a good time, but always casual. They say it just ran its course. This as Natalie Portman and her husband Benjamin Millepied are putting in the work to save their marriage after he reportedly had a short-lived extramarital affair. But a source tells people they haven't split and he's doing all he can to keep their family together. And is this the ultimate Shondaland crossover? Grey's Anatomy star Kevin McKidd and Station 19's Daniel Savory were seen vacationing in Italy and sharing a passionate kiss.
We make sense to us.
Henry Golding is making the most of summer too by heading to Spain with 2-year-old daughter Lila, wife Livlo, and their baby on the way for the ultimate family day. And one royal couple has something big to celebrate. Princess Eugenie and her husband Jack Brooksbank have welcomed their second child, a boy named Ernest George Ronnie Brooksbank.
The baby joins their 2-year-old son, August Philip Hawke, who Eugenie says already loves being a big brother.
Ernest was born on May 30th, weighing 7 pounds, 1 ounce.
His middle names pay tribute to Jack's father, Eugenie's maternal grandfather, and Queen Elizabeth's grandfather, King George V.
And as the royals say hello to Ernie, they're saying goodbye to some historic property.
King Charles is parting ways with his prized Welsh farmhouse. A spokesperson confirms to People that the new Prince of Wales, Prince William, prefers using hotels and bed and breakfasts on formal visits.
And while his wife, Princess Kate, took to the rugby pitch this week, his brother is making history.
Prince Harry became the first prominent member of the British royal family to give evidence in court in over 130 years.
Harry testified against Mirror Group newspapers, alleging that his personal voicemails from multiple loved ones had been hacked, then used for articles that caused him distress.
He went so far as to say that the tabloids have blood on their hands for the pain they've caused.
And a People exclusive, Jinger Duggar Vuolo is opening up about her journey to freedom.
I remember whenever I was first coming out of these teachings, I was not at the place to speak. I did not feel strong enough. I'm just so grateful every day for the freedom that I've found.
Ginger's famous family is making headlines amid an explosive new series.
You've probably heard of the Duggar family.
Everyone knew who the family was.
Yeah, I was actually approached and asked to participate in the docuseries.
But Jinger wanted to tell her story on her own timeline, so she wrote her memoir instead.
The doc sheds new light on Ginger's brother Josh and his legal controversies.
As hard and painful as it is to see your own brother make these choices, I am grateful that he is having this justice served.
But the Duggars are just the tip of the iceberg.
The IBLP teachings aren't Christianity. There's something entirely different.
Producers say this is much bigger than the Duggars and point to how their church, the Institute in Basic Life Principles, infiltrated communities around the country.
The Institute raises little predators.
They hope viewers will question how it was allowed to flourish to help create widespread change.
In this week's issue of People, we're celebrating Pride Month with Elliot Page.
I feel connected in a way that I never felt before.
Elliot came out as trans in 2020, and these days he feels at ease in his own skin.
I find myself in all these situations I was in before that could have been difficult, or I just wanted to get out, or certain anxiety, and it's just, it is as if you're been in some other existence and then you're finally feeling embodied, like finally feeling like I'm in here.
Elliot stars in Netflix's The Umbrella Academy as Victor, who also goes on a journey of self-exploration.
His evolution has been so organic in a way.
You know, I always hated mirrors. Thought everybody felt so strange in their skin. I guess that's not true, right?
And it's been a rare and special experience to play the character.
What do you see now?
Me.
Moving on now to some celeb beauty revelations brought to you by e.l.f. Cosmetics.
eyes, lips, face.
Comedian Ziwe is showing off her best elf as she reveals insights into her beauty routine on the latest episode of Vanity Table Talk.
Like, squeeze me.
She's also open about how she tackles eczema.
And I would like to be the face of the anti-eczema movement. And so I like to use like nice skincare and just get really hydrated and lotioned up.
And how she keeps her youthful glow.
My glam team is entirely children, and they're beating my face, and we're just like enjoying being young and youthful and sweet. And that's my biggest tip, is to just be young forever.
But Ziwe does have this actual helpful tip.
Slathering yourself in liquid so that you never age. I drink a lot of water, especially on red carpet days or shoot days. I'll do like 2 gallons.
And that appears to be working because, as she puts it,
the face is always beat. The face is always tight, right? Goo goo gaga vibes.
Elf, yeah. Now, let's move on to some screen time. I'm so excited to be joined today by Kaley Cuoco, Chris Messina, Tom Bateman, Priscilla Quintana, and Liana Liberato, who star in the new comedic thriller based on a true story. It's streaming now on Peacock.
You just lost your job. We have a baby on the way, so tell me, how are we going to get by?
I'm going to ask you all 5 questions. For the first question, you'll give me 1 answer. For the second question, 2 answers, and so on and so forth. Are y'all ready to get started?
Yes! Let's do it.
Your new show, based on a true story, was a wild ride. There's so many shocking moments that unfold over each episode. Name your favorite part of playing your character.
My number 1 favorite part of playing my character was this delicious line in between the comic and the terrifying that I got to play with, particularly in scenes with Chris and Kaley, where I got to charm them 1 second and terrify them another. I never knew what he was going to do or where he was going to go.
I would say getting to dip my toes into comedy. It's something, it feels still like uncharted territory for me, and it was really fun getting to work with some really incredible comedic actors.
Well, I got to be pregnant in this, so that was very exciting, and that I've never obviously done that before.
That's a first?
That was a,
yeah.
That was a first timer.
True crime is also a main character on the show. All your characters have opinions on it. Name 2 reasons why you think people are fascinated with true crime.
I think it's to do with the fact that we as human beings are, on a subconscious or a conscious level, obsessed with death, because it's something that has affected every single person and it's coming for us all. So I think that true crime, the idea that a human being is so close to death all the time and is actively instigating it in murdering people is such a fascinating jump.
I personally think it's because we have so much more access to information now. We almost take a sense of ownership when we listen to a story, and we're like, well, how can I help? I can Google, I can get on Facebook, I can find the relative of this person, or I wonder if the police caught this piece of evidence that I saw on a video.
The show's main storyline features Kaley and Chris's characters, Ava and Nathan, making a true crime podcast. Between all of you, name your 3 favorite podcasts.
I tell you one I got obsessed with was My Dad Wrote a Porno. Oh my God, it's hilarious. It's this guy finds that years and years ago, his dad tried to write a porn novel. And so him and his friends get together and get drunk and read a chapter each week. You should check, it's amazing. It's so fun. I had to pull the car over because I was laughing so hard.
My all-time favorite would probably be Crime Junkie, but followed closely behind that is Sword and Scale. And then I also like My Favorite Murder.
Okay.
And I really like Serial.
So many good ones.
I listen to them all. I really do.
But you gotta say our boss.
Smartless, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, Jason Bateman, who's
have to
our
say
boss.
that.
Yeah.
We have to say
You,
that.
yeah, he made us say that.
It's part of
the
our
contract,
deal.
so.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, cut out that
Smartless for
stuff.
sure.
But we'll go with
Smartless.
And out of your cast, who would be the best at being a podcaster?
I think we're announcing our retirement, and we are announcing our podcasts.
Free and Lee.
Free and Lee.
Free and Lee.
Free and Lee.
Yes. Cocktails with Korean Lee.
Oh yeah, cocktails with Korean Lee. That's perfect.
I think this show is the first one to show like a slight rivalry between pickleball and tennis, which I personally enjoy. So is anyone here team pickleball?
Tennis. Pickleball.
Tennis.
I love pickleball.
No.
Team tennis all the way.
I have no idea what that other thing is you said. What is that pickleball?
I've never played that, but I would be bad at that as I am at tennis. But she's a real deal tennis
I
player.
love tennis. I grew up playing tennis.
Another main character in the show is Los Angeles, and the notion of making it in LA. Name 4 things you either love or hate about LA.
My favorite aspect of LA is your food. My God, you guys do food well. You've got some of the best food in the world. And London is amazing where I live for food, but every time I go to LA, I get like a list of things.
My least favorite is the traffic, and my favorite is the weather.
And finally, give me 5 words to describe based on a true story.
Scary.
Risky.
Wild.
Sexy.
And spicy.
Thank you all so much for joining me today. Now everyone be sure to check out Based on a True Story. It's streaming now on Peacock. All right, time's up. See you back here next Thursday.